Welcome to the JAMODI podcast. We are all surrounded by amazing coaches and leaders. So let's get an inside look at not just what they do, but how they do what they do. After all, becoming the best versions of ourselves is JAMODI, just a matter of doing it. Coaches, the JAMODI podcast is powered by Shoot 360. The future of basketball has arrived in Dallas-Fort Worth. Shoot 360 combines the latest sports technology with the fundamentals of basketball skill development. The result is a one-of-a-kind video game-like basketball program designed to improve your shooting, dribbling, and passing. Visit shoot360dfw.com to learn more and register for your free 1-hour workout evaluation. Shoot 360, the future of basketball is here. Let me ask you this. So it's interesting history. I mean, over 400 wins in your career. So congratulations on that. Like, that's incredible. I'm so far away from that. It doesn't even seem possible.
That's also has to do with me being old.
You've just done it long enough. No, you've done some things right for sure. Question though, because you've been on the boys' side and then now on the girls' side, your favorite style of play to teach, is there a difference between how you would do that with boys, or do you feel like the girls can do similar actions, or do you have to tweak it a little bit?
I'll tell you, I got, advice from a lot of people when I was making the change, and I got completely different advice from people I respect equally. Some said, I don't know if you can run a motion with girls. They like specific plays and this and that. And then I had other people say, coach them like you coach your boys. And so I went in and coached them like I coach my boys. And at least the group I have can do everything, that the guys could do, sometimes even better, because they're a little bit more patient sometimes and make, smarter decisions. We're obviously not throwing any oops for dunks or anything like that. But, I think they can do anything that boys can do. And I really didn't tweak much at all.
How much have you enjoyed the transition over? Because I've always heard, I coached B team A and B volleyball at McKinney High School when I was with Wes Watson there. So that's my experience really working with girls. I enjoyed it. I thought they worked hard. They wanted to please, but what's your experience been?
The same, and, maybe it may have been different with a different team. It's hard to say, but I know that with the team that I got here at McNeil, it's been fantastic. Like, it was the best decision I've ever made in my life.
Awesome.
And, nothing against, because I was at Salado for 15 years and loved every single boys team that I coached there. But that last year, just the competitiveness of the girls and their willingness to, do whatever it took to win, and just watching them, go from a team that basically was underrated and underappreciated into a district championship team and a playoff winning team. That was about the most fun I've ever had coaching.
Yeah. You said something a second ago that coaches say, coach them like they're boys. And I want to maybe reframe it. To me, it seems if you coached your boys teams well, then you can coach them like that. You coach them. If guys are coaching their boys teams poorly and maybe in a way that this today doesn't really empower them, they're playing out of fear.
Yeah. That
won't work with girls either. So you're a good coach. So the way you coach your boys, it'll work with girls for sure.
Yeah. Sometimes I think girls are sometimes tougher than boys. Now, and not everyone will agree with that, but I think they
explain why. Yeah.
I'll tell a funny story, and I don't know if you could share this or not. It's up to you, but sometimes parents can be hard, and sometimes boys can be sensitive when they shouldn't be sensitive. Well, I got here to McNeil, and the girls said they wanted to be coached hard, and I was like, all right, you're going to get what you asked for.
Yeah.
We play Austin High the first game of the season, and they're ranked 4th or 5th at the time, and it's neck and neck. We go down to the wire with them. They're pressing us at the end, and I am coaching them hard. Like, I can be pretty crazy sometimes on the sideline, and so I'm just getting after them, and we ended up losing, but it was a great game. So we have our talk in the locker room, and then we had to drive home. And I always reflect on the bus on the way home, what happened in the game. And then we stop when we get back home and have another conversation. So I stopped the bus, and the girls are sitting there, and I get up and I was like, all right, y'all asked me to coach you hard. Are y'all okay? And they were like, yes, this is what we needed. This is exactly what we needed. And I was like, all right, well, y'all need to do me a favor. Go home and tell your parents that. Tell your parents what you just told me. And they all started laughing. I was like, yeah, it's funny, but for real, real.
Because I've always thought that one of the major differences between like select programs, AAU programs seem to get really good buy-in from their parents. One, they're paying. And so I wonder how much truth they hear, from people that they're paying. But there are some great select coaches out there. But another reason why there's great buy-in is they're there. They're at practice. They hear and they see all of the groundwork that's being laid by the coaches. For us, they just base everything off of what the players say on the way home and then what they see those 32 minutes once or twice a week. And I would love for parents to come to practice more. And like you said, though, we do need to ask our players to help bridge that gap of understanding of what the parents are seeing there and a little bit of the why. Yeah.
And I've mentioned that before as well, about, the parents only see me, game time where I'm the most intense and I'm the most into it. And, they don't get to see in the locker room, joking around with the kids in the hallways and, the practice times of, coaching them up. And so, yeah, you're exactly right. They don't get to see all of that. I will say though, the McNeil parents, they bought in so well last year and were so supportive last year. It was really awesome.
Thank you for checking out today's episode. Please take a moment to subscribe to this podcast, share it with your fellow coaches, and find us on social media for what's coming up next on the JAMODI podcast. It's just a matter of doing it.